It may be getting dark outside, but it's bright light in our hearts today. It's if you're watching us on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at SiriusJoytv. Please click like on this video, and if you don't mind, hit the bell button so you're notified, so we collectively defeat the algorithm overlords. The Sirius Joy nonlinear TV network is simulcasting right now on many media affiliates, including Instagram, X.com, and Facebook, just to name a few.
Aloha! I'm Mary, and I'm inviting you to experience the mystical world of the tarot with me. As a tree-hugging dirt worshiper, a retired wildlife biologist, and a sprite of the forest, my readings take you into the realms of elemental creativity to unearth a deeper awareness for those big decisions that you have in life. The first 50 viewers to email me with the coupon code below and book a reading will receive 50% off that reading. I can't wait to see what the cards have in store for you. Mahalo nui loa.
Are you ready to understand yourself better than ever before? Enlightened edutainment awaits inside the Sirius Joy Vault. Subscribers receive in-depth insight into the planetary energies with daily texts, pep talks, and more, personalized to your unique blueprint. Subscribe now for only $3.99 your first month at SiriusJoy.com.
Hi, it's Sensei Christopher Witecki, and it's Sirius Joy Live. How are you guys? It is Thursday, December 5th, 2026. So give me a minute to get that down. How's everyone going today? We are still in our experimental phase here with this live show, so please pardon our mess as we come in late a lot right now. It won't always be that way, we promise. So when you're a small little station like us, we have to use every dollar we can. And so We got to work out the problems and the actual live stuff. We appreciate your patience. But I have to say, it's been 20 years, y'all. 20 years I've been on the web. So if you doubt me now, there's nothing I can do for you. Nothing. It's kind of some kooky energy, is it not? We've got a lot of energy coming off that full moon we had last week. It was intense, that step 13. And I think it smacked me down for about 3 days. I know people have broken up. I know people have passed away. I know people who have broken arms and legs. It's been a very serious time, actually, without the joy. But it's going to be much better. It's going to be phenomenal. We're on our way to the high train of the skies, ascension. And the reason why things are a little heavy is because we're trying to get light. So just remember, stay in your heart, friends. Love yourself and love yourself some more. This is a reading show, if you don't know. We do readings here, live readings. And it's coming out really well. I'm seeing some cool patterns, some amazing people. I mean, honestly, the charts have come on. You are masters, and you're coming to me for advice. I'm honored, really. If you'd like to get your reading answered, your question answered, you can go to siriusjoy.shop, siriusjoy.shop, where you can see the varieties that are offered to you. It's, of course, on camera. And sometimes it's tag team if it happens on a Tuesday. But we are here to help you and here to read live. This is the only place in the world where you'll see a step astrology reading. It's because I'm the person that channeled it. It's a long story, actually. I'm going to do a series called Sensei Diaries that kind of explains all of that because there's too much to talk about in any one live taping. But I'm honored and blessed. I'm so blessed with the step system. It is so incredible, so accurate. And if you're an astrologer out there, I can't imagine how you're getting by. Because what the step system tells me is just about every detail I need to know to assist the client back into their rhythm, back into their vibration. But if you have a question, I'll be answering it the step way. Go to siriusjoy.shop, fill out your question, and I'll see you consciously here online. It's going to be a great day. So that said, what do we have going on? Well, let's just talk a minute about the times we were in. This weekend, you got to check out LOL. It's happening on Saturday night. I wish I had a graphic for this, but we don't. Saturday night, we'll be going live at, what time is it? 11 p.m. Eastern, which comes down to 8 p.m. Pacific. And Scott and I dive into the Epstein files. That's right. And honestly, I got to tell you, people were upset with us when we started that show because we did all sorts of headlines and celebrities. But we knew it was going to go so sour and the headlines would be so bad that you'd want us to talk about it. So we were ahead of our time, we have to say, as psychics. But it's now time to talk about these things. The country is, we got a lot of cleaning up to do, guys. We got a lot of cleaning up to do. I can't speak for the world. I can speak for the United States as a citizen. We've got mess everywhere. And the Epstein is just the beginning of the tip of the iceberg. But you can catch on Saturday nights now, a powerhouse night. It starts at 10 p.m. Eastern, and that is with Astro Mingle, followed by at 11 p.m. LOL with Scott and myself, and that's 10, 11 Eastern, which is 7 and 8 Pacific. All right, try to remember all that. It's kind of tough. It's gonna be a great weekend. Plus, we've got, of course, on Sunday, we will have this show live again. So this show tends to be live at 4 p.m. Pacific, which is 7 p.m. Eastern, and then after this show, we will do actually soul horoscopes. So we're now creating this network where we lay down this with this show. It sort of leads into our evening shows, our evening programming. And we've got some other shows in the works. I'm just saying, not that we're producing, but with partnerships. In fact, if you like what we're doing, you want to partner, you want to work with us, we'd like to work with you too. Yeah, just give us a ring ding. Email teamsensei at siriusjoy.com if you want to know more about that. Teamsensei at siriusjoy.com if you want to work with us. All right, so I think we've talked about all the big things. I'm going to kind of zip through some things here. I'm so excited. We're talking about past lives and karma today, a lot of this program that we have coming up. And I'll just say going into it what it is. If you don't know, I channeled this amazing program. And, I take credit for doing the work. I mean, I sit down and do the work. I lose the sleep. I do make the sacrifices. But it does come from my higher self. It comes from somewhere. It's a program that takes advantage of the actual astrology dates. So it starts at 0 Pisces. And it goes all the way to 9 Aries. And the significance of that is you basically go through the spectrum of consciousness where the sun is helping you to come to realization all of your past lives and all of your past consciousness. That's Pisces every year. But this is a guided tour. What we do is we create special questions based on your chart and your childhood, that help put together the clues to your past lives. And you'll see at least the big 2 or 3 ones that you are facing. And this is very effective. People have said they walked away knowing themselves. Mostly gives you permission to put things together. That's mostly what it does. And it's really nothing like it of its kind, because as you're taking the course, you're living the vibration. So in other words, on a day that's ruled by the mind, I'm digging through into mind things. On a day that's ruled by emotion, we're digging into emotional things. There's also segments in there from Kristen Ryder, and there's also Robbie Hunt doing some specials. So it's a great package. It's going to be going on for sale here In fact, you can get there to, if you go to SiriusJoy.academy, you can click on it right now. SiriusJoy.academy, get right there. You can purchase your ticket now. Our prices have gone up, by the way. We were doing experimental prices last year. We are giving a significant discount if you are a subscriber to Sirius Joy, which costs you $3.99. You're going to get $60 off the course. So we did have some Sirius Joiners that were grandfathered, but they've already been grandfathered, so that's it. We've done giving it away. We're going to now start charging what we're worth, but this is worth it. You can go and get therapy for 10 years and spend $10,000, or you can spend this amount and learn about yourself really quickly in 40 days. By the way, people come out stronger from this program. Because once you realize that you've been haunted by your own self, you realize there really isn't a boogeyman. There's just you picking on you. And you realize that it's been there your whole life. And you realize that there's nothing to be afraid of. So it's really incredible. It's really incredible. We'll have some testimonials and stuff. We'll be hounding on this. And we're going to do a different thing this year. Really you want to sign up on 0 by 0 Pisces. You have to sign up so you can start journaling on that day. But we're going to do staggered admission this year, where you can start on step 10 if you miss step 0. Start on step 20 if you missed step 0. So it'll be 2 staggered admissions that keep going on through the month if you want to still do it. It's very, very powerful, and it still works with the formulas. So we're going to have waves of it, but you don't want to miss out on the main class that starts at step 0 Pisces. It's really cool. All right, should we dive in and just do I feel like we should do a reading. Someone's just sitting on the edge of their pants. I can feel them. And then we'll do a commercial after the reading. Love this technology, this blue aura behind me. Or maybe we won't do a question. Ghilaine. Maxwell, I hope. Ghilaine, step 5 Pisces sun. That's very intuitive, intellectual. 7 Pisces rising. Wow, that's cool. That conjuncts the rising. And a 27 Leo degree moon. And in this case, we're actually going to look at your chart because it's so complicated. No, the older person is as a soul, the more complex they are with dynamic, parallels and all sorts of paradoxes. And so I'm just going to look at the chart and see the actual chart, which I think is in the 3 right? Not mistaken. Here and see where it's at. I thought I had it. I'll get it here in a minute. Or maybe some base camp. We have so many things. Gotcha, of course. It's the place that I'm going. So I'll just entertain you guys while I dig around my file server here. Sorry. That's the way it kind of goes sometimes. Here we go. We are getting very organized at Sirius Joy. My goodness, we're getting ready. I was talking to Michelle Jones, who is doing a lot of work with her show. I'll say this to those of you who are influencers and who are here to make a difference, which is a lot of our audience. Countdown is on, y'all. February 13th shifted to fan. I'd have your business open and ready by February 13th because people are going to be, wow. I mean, if you look at this Epstein list that came out, for instance, that we're talking about George Bush Sr., like, wow. It goes back deep, doesn't it? And that's just the beginning of it. We're going to be really digging this stuff up, I think. And so you want to kind of get your stuff together, right? Get your business together, get your past lives in order, because we're going to have to really perform and be our best for about 9 to 18 months, it looks like. Really staying the course, being who we are, not letting ourselves be affected by stuff. Okay, here we go. I'm just getting to this now. Okay, Well, there's some chat links. There's actually a special thing for this. My bad. I was supposed to do this before, and I forgot. Just so many things going on. Here we go. Got it, Ghilaine. Thanks for your patience. We're going to just give you extra time for this. And here we go. All right. Wow. Okay. Excellent. 7 rising. So here's the question. 2-part question 2. Got it. And thank you, Ghilaine, for your taking the time for us. In 2026, what are the best time windows and strategic focus for growing my financial coaching and business, insurance business, and launching my book and speaking work? And what should I avoid so I don't spread myself too thin? Well, it's too late. You already have. First of all, there'll be the energy for all that. Don't worry. And, it is time for Pisces to go out there. I do recommend you get the Countdown 2026 webinar because it's deep. I can't just go into all of it in one sitting. I have to be out of integrity tell you it's complicated. There's different times of the year to launch different things. And so I think you have to really sit down, with a step counselor and figure it out 100%. But I will say this, that, let's see, first of all, you're talking about windows for growing financial coaching. So with growing financial coaching, you should know that that's something that's going to be happening and healing for the next 3 years. So 3 years of real steady, hard growth, laying down the pipe to make revenue. That's because of Saturn and Neptune in your second house. But the first thing that has to happen is you have to raise your self-esteem. In fact, if we're not making good money, it's probably because we don't feel good about ourselves. You go, sure I do. No, not abundantly good. Because when people feel abundantly good, things just get thrown in their way. Money gets thrown to them. all those cutie pie people who look really good looking and they feel good because they look good. They'll get money thrown to them too, right? It's not just the beauty, it's how you feel. And so you're working on your self-worth and character. You've got some finishing touches actually to put on your character before the money starts to roll in. So you're not really the person yet or the persona yet that's going to make the money. You're not yet in that personality. And I think looking at your chart, yeah, it looks like, to some degree, you are learning how to protect your heart, okay? And so one of the things that happens is your emotions get drugged down and drained in the moment. So your moon is right on your Pluto at 27 Leo. That means you are here for a mission, but it also means that you can have your feelings, taken advantage of. You can have yourself like lots of parasites on you, taking advantage, living off of your emotional energy. You often don't listen to your intuition when you're about to make the leap. Your intuition stuff is a little bit frozen in your chart. I'm not saying never. You're here to have your legacy. You're here to have your success, and you're here to have it be in your name. That's all true, and that's all very strong here. But one of the things that you're really doing, and I'm wondering, I wish I could talk to you, because one of the things you're doing is you're actually doing more God's work. Now, I see you saying financial coaching and business launching. Okay, launching my book and speaking work. Now, is that about God? Because you're here to talk about spirit. You're here to talk about invisible things, intangible things. And you've just now gotten to the place in the last year or so where you can really get more comfortable in your spiritual belief and trust matters. The problem is that once upon a time, you decided to be on the wrong religion and you end up losing faith in yourself. And so you get karma with making poor choices and not having faith in yourself. And the truth is you make pretty good choices. Those are circumstances in that past life that were ridiculous, over the top challenges. I see Mars on the galactic center. So, you need to know. And solar eclipse in Sag at Grandmaster 21. What I'm saying in plain English is you're going to make it and do very well. And really, I think it's time to slow down, get more in touch with yourself, start to enjoy yourself, enjoying the material, enjoy the material that you're teaching, enjoy the experiences that you have. You just got to slow down and plug in. Quit thinking the future, think for the now. Remember, the present is the present. So as far as best time windows, well, honestly, any kind of a publishing thing would be good during Taurus. Business ideas would be good now in Aries coming up after this month. So I would say Aries and Taurus, which is late March to mid-April, is very good for you for sales. What's I'm looking for? Like criticism. I don't say criticism, but like a book review or something like that, where people saw your book. Any kind of formal intellectual launch, a class or something. Again, in those 2 months. So through mid-April to mid-May, very fertile for you for money and ideas and intellectual property. Now, as far as career advances, your career advances will probably happen at the end, probably this summer. Something's going to happen where Jupiter's going to cross your Uranus in Cancer at 28 degrees, and you're actually very reserved. You have personal dreams you want to come true, but you're afraid of the experience of it. You're afraid of it getting too intense. And so you have kind of clamped down and insisting that you kind of keep all the passion kind of buttoned in. And so that's not what needs to happen. You actually need to let this passion have its way out. And I think what's going to happen is sometime this summer, you're probably being introduced to something that you really love and didn't know you loved it. I heard you ask, was it a man? No, it's not. In my head, I heard, is it a man? No, it's not. It's something for you personally. You have to personally gain and have a relationship to your inner child first before you're going to bring that perfect person. If you are married to someone, then great. They've been here to, hang out with your kid. But it looks like, your legacy is what's most important. You had a spiritual legacy in a past life, I feel, as a woman, where the man took the credit and you let him steal all the ideas. And he made you think like he was going to tell everyone it was you, and he didn't. And so you've had some real trauma around, letting your ideas out there because you're afraid that some jackass is going to steal it. But the truth is, the only way they could steal it is if you were not paying attention to your heart. Because your heart will feel immediately when someone tries to take advantage of you. Now, you do tend to spend too much time wallowing in what do I do? What do I do? And I say wallow because it's in your 4th house. And the issue really is that you need nurturing and pampering and pillows and lots of massages, that nothing in your mind will actually fix it. But you tend to think that something in your mind can fix it. One of your issues is that you just keep trying things on yourself, but you're trying with the wrong state of awareness. You're trying with Gemini. You're trying to think differently about an emotional problem. Thinking differently about an emotional problem doesn't fix anything but what we think. So you are, that's one area I think you do slip a little. Let's go to the B question. Racial boundaries and how I'm going to read this out loud. What is the main personal life theme for me in 2026, especially around relationships, boundaries, and how I use my time and energy? Well, let's see here. Relationships and boundaries. When it comes to relationships, I mean, you actually have been going through a relationship transit for a while. It's your ego that's been in the way, frankly. You had a past life as a nun or a priest, and so that was kind of ruling your ways. I think you were hypercritical of yourself, and you draw on people who are critical of you also. And I think that you're now in a place where you can raise your self worth and realize that you're worth more. At which point you'll draw on a new caliber of person. This is not a career. This is not a relationship year per se. There's nothing in there that says it's about relationships this year. In fact, it's not really. What it's about is personal dreams and your heart getting what it wants. And that's where we really are now. You've got to give your heart, the first best part in the world, you. Unless you're really good to you and really phenomenal to you and the way you treat you and help you and coach you, you will not draw in a version of you. And so you're at the place now where you're learning that your feelings and you ignoring your feelings and the way you react to your feelings all push men away or pull them close. I'm assuming male, by the way, because I have no pronouns in this, so excuse me if that's not the case. But boundaries and stuff, they're always an issue for you, always an issue. You are done with the most powerful and insane part of the boundary lesson. So I think that you don't need to worry for the rest of this life. You kind of get it. However, you do need to have a partner in order to figure out those boundaries. So let's not push the cart before the horse. Let's pay attention to how things unfold, which is first, you need to be emotionally sovereign. You need to feel good and be well cared for. You need to come from a good home. Once you come from a good home, your heart's going to open up. Your inner child's going to want to play. Once she wants to play, then he's going to see you. Then she's going to see you. So you've really got to get yourself ready for the ball, Cinderella. And by the ball, I mean you're having a ball. You're having a blast. You'll be having a blast. Let me just ask Spirit if there's any more. What Spirit's saying is that, in regard to time and energy, you do need a lot more emotional attention than you admit. You need a lot more emotional attention than you admit. Okay. You need a lot more cuddling and a lot more hugging. You need a lot more affection. You just need more. And it is something where, in your case, you don't know how to do it to yourself. You don't know how to be there for yourself. That's because in a past life, you were kind of catapulted to a high level of power without having climbed up. And so now you have this expectation of the quality of life up at the top, let's say, but don't have the expertise to get there. And so part of your frustration is that you want to be there now, right? But being there is a feeling. When you be it, it will come. And so what you're learning right now is to just go ahead and be it. And then after a while, watch it come. Now, there'll be a couple of times they're just showing me right now where people are going to get scared and run away. Don't worry about that. You've got some onion layers of release to do. You've got some goodbyes to say. So I'm also seeing a lot of people attached to you that need to be let go, which means you have to forgive them and let them go. They can't go if you're constantly thinking about you're mad at them. Okay. So, and that's unhealthy for the body to be mad at someone that long. But that is the message to you in that sense. Yes. And they're saying that's it. Oh, last thing, you have permission to rock the boat with your book. Looks like you're going to write a book is what they're telling me. You have permission to rock the boat. You have permission to rock the boat. You have permission to shock people. Why? Because you're a master of balance. So the people who are balanced have the right to shock people. You might say, I'm not in balance. I'm never in balance. Honestly, the fact that you're never in balance tells me you're always trying to be in balance, tells me you're an expert in balance. It's funny how it works. Personal life theme. So I'll say the personal life theme for you, I'll give you the last one is, a life of love. That's your personal life dream. Your life should feel like butter. It should feel like vacation every day. Any Pisces rising is supposed to live in love all day long. Soak in it, soak in palm olive and soak in the love. I think it'd be good. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, palm olive keeps your hands soft. Thank you, Ghilaine. That's so nice of you. I hope we took good care of you there. Yeah, Spirit is actually stopping me there. There's more stuff, but you have to kind of dig for it. Hello. Am I being forced on this? Yeah, I did the two-part question. I did the second one. Relationships, boundaries, and her personal energy. And I think we may be stuck in the control room now. Sometimes they get stuck. There you go. Yeah, we'll hit the button and it'll just sit there and not do anything. All right. Should we go to commercial? I think we should. We need a moment. Can we go to commercial? We'll be right back, folks. We got to play them anyways. Right. Well, I'll tell you, self-love is going to be the name for a lot of people on the Epstein list. I mean, we have quite a headline this week. You guys, I feel like I feel like everyone, honestly, here's the thing, y'all, here it goes. People said, what's coming up? Here, it's starting now. Okay, it is absolutely starting. This is it. This is the fabric unraveling of the sweater. And if you did a lot of self-love work in the last 2 years, you'll remain calm. If you did not do self-love work, you will not remain calm because you are seeing crazy in the world, and it's reminding you of the crazy on the inside. And so if you feel so crazy on the inside and you see the crazy in the world, you're going to be really upset at what you see because you're seeing yourself you're seeing versions of yourself. Either way, we're all going to flush the toilet and clean this thing up. And that's, I think, what we've come to do. You know, you talk about reconstruction. I agree, but this is not the part yet. This is this is the sit back, brew some tea and watch the buildings fall, for a minute. Because they're going to.
Right.
I think
just leveling. We're like leveling out ground zero. Right. That's kind of what's happening. That's the cycle. That's like 2026 is a cycle. But like we're just now almost like ground zero. We got to level it out now. We got to smooth things out. We got to take some missing pieces out. Like that's if I had kind of putting an analogy to that phase that we're in now, that's the phase before we rebuild. Yeah, I agree.
We're in discovery. We're still getting the X-rays. We're seeing how deep the cancer goes. We don't know.
What did I tell you? What did I say in 2025? I said 2026 all going to be about innovation, discovery, and finding one's place and finding placement of things. Right. So that's like the general essence of 2026. So yes, discovery is key. And that's, speaking of discovery, we're discovering a lot with the Epstein files, aren't we?
Yes. I mean, if you're watching us on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at SiriusJoytv. Please click like on this video. And if you don't mind, hit the bell button so you're notified so we collectively defeat the algorithm overlords. The Sirius Joy nonlinear TV network is simulcasting right now on many media affiliates, including Instagram, X.com, and Facebook, just to name a few.
Are you ready to understand yourself better than ever before? Enlightened edutainment awaits inside the Sirius Joy Vault. Subscribers receive in-depth insight into the planetary energies with daily texts, pep talks, and more, personalized to your unique blueprint. Subscribe now for only $3.99 your first month at SiriusJoy.com.
Maybe so, maybe not. It's Sirius Joy Alive. I'm Sensei Christopher Witecki here, host of Sirius Joy Alive. And this is an experiment actually right now, but we're going to be doing this for reals probably next week, we think. Everything's coming into terms with us and coming together. Sirius Joy is under major reconstruction. And, we could use your help, honestly. It's a difficult time financially, big time. We are stretched to the hill, I got to say. It's been very difficult. People they stop investing in themselves when they get scared. It's hard on our business. We're going to have to diversify, get into McDonald's franchises or something. But we'll make it through. Spirit's going to be with us the whole way. But you can help us actually by buying a reading. Buying a little mini reading here. It does help the network just a little bit. And if you want to buy a reading, just go to SiriusJoy.shop. You'll see everything laid out for you. So pretty, so nice. And we're getting better with everything. One of the things that is coming up is you saw that last commercial, 40 Days of Past Lives and Karma. This show is an amazing program. Okay, I'll tell you right now, to know your chart, know yourself like the back of your hand, is all driven by you. It's all driven by your journaling. The classes that we come up with quite often are self-discovery classes. And that means that we set up the framework, the community, the fun, the rooms, give you the data you need from your astrology, and we help you. We help you through a period. Now, one thing I noticed last year was like, hey, it was time to, 2 years ago when Saturn was in Pisces, I'm like, it's time for us to get through our karma. We need to face our karma. We need to program to face our karma. And I realized, in the chart reading, when I do a reading with a client, I see several past lives. I wasn't always that way, though. Didn't develop into my 40s, to be honest. But just a flash. And it's so funny. I'll say, you have a past life where you did this. And they'll usually say, the client will say, that's the way I was in 7th grade. That's right, because you were remembering and you were rebuilding your past life. Well, what is your karma? What are you owed? What are the issues? What are the hot spots? Are you really going to be stopped when you try to be successful? These are the questions that we have, and these are questions that we'll answer in 40 Days of Past Lives. It's at SiriusJoy.academy. Purchase your tickets now. You will be worth every dollar. Every dollar. It's worth every dollar. And it's good. 6 weeks of classes. By the way, you get a class every day for 6 weeks. But they're short. You just answer questions. It's not that big of a deal. All right. I think we have some written questions. I hope, if you were happy with that, Ghilaine, you just write us back and let us know. I'll take better care of you. Izzy, step 22, Aries Sun. Ooh, man, don't get caught in that tornado. 2-degree Cap rising. I'm not saying you, Izzy. I'm saying when you turn your powers on. 2 2 Capricorn rising. Now that allows you to mute things a lot. And a 16-degree Cancer moon. Wow. And your 7th house is a house of relationships. So, you're so strong, Izzy, but you're very, very sensitive. Very sensitive. So you gotta be nice and gentle with yourself. I keep getting triggered by my family members' anger. Interesting. What past life do you see in my chart that might help me release this trigger? Ooh, we have actually her chart in base camp too. So let me look over here and take a look at your chart. And we'll see. Well, first of all, you are wired to go off as a 22. Okay, 2 is flammable. It's emotion. And you are 22, which means you are a person who can have one feeling light a fire another feeling, or vice versa. So you and yourself can end up igniting yourself on fire just from your emotions and the way you manage them. So you yourself have to be well managed. Now, I think your Capricorn rising has just been suffocating your feelings. I don't think it's been nurturing your feelings, just saying. And the Aries Sun, I think, then falls into the 4th house. So yeah, you are all about emotion. So first and foremost, your trigger from your parents and your family is because you're not nurturing yourself better. Okay. If you're nurturing yourself better and being more, pampering yourself more, for you, it is not about showing us how strong you are. It's showing us how vulnerable you can be. When you can be vulnerable and stay strong, you'll be in your top power. Okay. Just so you know. But I'm gonna look at your past life chart and see what I see in the past life. Let's see one second here. By the way, I'll be on Moon Wisdom next Wednesday for subscribers. It's gonna be fun. Moon Wisdom. That's a show once a month. We talk about the moons, the full moon and the new moon, and the power of them, and sort of our own way of doing it. We have audio. What do you put it? How do you call it? Meditation guide audio, so you can basically do guided meditation. That was looking for the actual moon. You get a guided meditation for the new moon, a guided meditation for the full moon. And I'll be talking about it. I'm excited. And I'm excited because it's going to be moons that I care about, Taurus and Scorpio. All right. So back to this. You have to literally navigate. So y'all just, entertain yourselves for a minute while Christopher goes in here and figures this out. Here we go. Okay. All right. Oh, of course, it's in front of me. That's a problem. Okay. All right. So Wednesday. Here we go. And one more. Isabella. Is that who we have? Izzy. Okay. Yay. All right, Izzy. So, all right. Family members' anger. Okay. Well, yeah, looking at your chart. So honestly, you're learning how to manage anger in your mind. That's one of the issues you have. Your mind gets really overwhelmed because your emotions are in your mind. Now, this makes you very potent to manifesting things like scripts and stories and, original books and things like that. You're very alluring. You have the ability to lure people in, and they want to see what the drama is all about. So in a way, it's kind of a disguise of a pretty powerful weapon. When you start to get emotionally upset, everyone pays attention. Have you noticed that? So I would say next time you're in, with your family and they're angry, I would try, if I were you, bringing a different type of energy to the table that diffuses their anger. Okay. So what would that be? Well, very sweet and loving, maybe just be very sweet and loving. And I would imagine that if you're sweet and loving and don't go to your normal response to that, maybe your normal response is like scared little girl or angry yourself, or, whatever your response is normally, do not do that same response to yourself. Treat yourself differently than you normally do. So if normally you go, oh no, there goes Christmas, don't do that. This time, do something different to yourself. Okay. That's the way out, is to treat yourself differently. And what's crazy is parents, a lot of light workers come from gray families. Okay. And they do that because we can recognize that we're white, and they can recognize that they're gray, they're gray or whatever. They're somewhere between the two extremities. And so we're raised in these houses, and we have to remember when we come out of them that they were here to define what we're not. They're not here to define what we are. And if they define what we are not, then we can't expect them to be there for us. And I myself gave up on that a while ago. I love them. I'll see them in heaven. I know how this works. You don't take it too seriously. Now, it's also possible that you have repressed your anger, looking at your chart. And that means that you have not allowed yourself to be angry at them. And so what happens is I think your inner child is jealous, because when they get angry, you want to be angry, but you know better. And so your child's jealous that they get to have, all these big fights and you don't. And think about that deeply for a minute. Your child might be jealous that she can't fight too, because that's not in the rules of your book, right? So to speak. But believing in yourself is the core issue here. And I think the more you affirm that you do believe in yourself, you do believe in everything you tell yourself, then I think you're going to find a lot of these problems go away, Izzy. I think so. Spirits is a bonus. So, yeah, relationship change is coming. I want you to know relationship changes are coming. So if you're single, something's coming. If you're not single, something's coming. That's the message to you. Yeah. To believe in yourself when it comes to relationships too, is what you're being told. You're here to stand in your integrity and only your integrity this lifetime, which is to love yourself and love yourself some more. Thanks for the question, Izzy. All right. What's up on the block here? Do part 2? We got it. No? Jasper. Ooh, cool. Oh my God, all these zeros. Guys, I cannot believe how many zeros and 22s and 24s we have in the chart, in the crowd. How many do we have? My God, it's incredible. 0 degree Pisces sun, step 0 Pisces sun. Cool. 22 degree Capricorn rising. So this is interesting. Cool. That's a quantum Capricorn rising. That's basically a wizard that handles taxes. And a step 20 Aries moon. Wow. Okay. That's a very passionate fire. So you are you have great potential, Jasper. Great potential. On February 20, 2026, Saturn and Neptune form an exact conjunction at 0 Aries. A rare cosmic reboot moment, marking a strong theme of blending disciplines and vision. Next page. How is this affecting me? I would like to know what exciting things I can look forward to, as I have had catastrophic time since 2020. Really need a break. And I would like to know what career, romantic, and relocation aspects are coming up. The old CRR. Just kidding. Career first. Career is a long, slow toll. You got Pluto in the house of career. The truth of the matter is you're literally waiting your career for innovation to happen. And so just as long as you're on time and you're putting up your boundaries correctly and you're following your own vision for what you're supposed to do in your career, which is what you feel and believe, 23, step 23, what you feel and what you believe your career should be, it should be. And it could be if you put some boundaries around it and don't let anyone else get their hands in the safe. So don't let anyone into the ideas of how to make a decision for you. Don't ever date someone that tells you how to make a decision for yourself. You have to do it on your own autonomously, because you have in the past been all walked over and taken advantage of. So the exciting thing's coming. Let me see. Well, Chiron and Neptune in your 12th house are going to hit your Chiron. Saturn and Neptune in your 12th house are going to hit Chiron here this year. And that's going to be not the fun thing, unfortunately, but it might be the end of some fear. So you're going to face and kill the boogeyman this year. And the boogeyman is what makes you stop believing in yourself. So you have to find out what causes you not believe in yourself anymore. Do people tell you they're over their body, or they have, violent, act out? Like, how do people go about that? But at the end of the day, you yourself aren't believing in yourself. And so if you just affirm your heart believes in yourself and believes in everything you believe or everything you feel is true, you're going to face whatever this big karmic issue is. But I'm feeling like it's a person. You need a reading, actually. You need a reading. But it's a person. It's a person. Yeah, you've got some karma with someone coming up. This person makes you stop believing in yourself. It's ironic. This person will make you believe in yourself like crazy, but then turns the tables and starts putting you down. It's a past life relationship. It's right in front of you. I think you know them already. But it's got to happen. You got to go through it, not around it. Yes, I got a question about sexual affairs. Yes, the answer is yes. It's tied to sexual affairs. Yeah, I receive a lot of information that I can't repeat on the air for people. So just out of proper, nothing bad though, I'll tell you, audience, nothing bad. Just the stickiness of this situation. It's like I wouldn't say a love triangle, but it's bigger than a love triangle. As far as who loves who, that no one's love each other, they love each other. So I've been giving you a couple of bummer things. What's a good thing happening this year? The good thing is you'll probably move. So you're probably going to move at the end of this year into a better place with more luxury. And that's preparing you to go after your personal dreams. You've never given yourself complete permission to go after your personal dreams. And so until you do, God's saying, we can't do any magic for you because you don't want any. And, that's one thing I notice God doesn't take very well is rejection. God doesn't like that. I'm not saying you're in trouble. I'm just saying, check in because I think the Spirit's going to help you. Romantic and relocation. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice relocation till in there. You are moving this year. Yeah. In August. Yeah, the other thing I'll say too, I'll just say one last thing is they're saying hold out for the price. Now, I don't think this was selling. I think it's with buying. Yeah, I think you're getting early. I don't know if you own a home. We don't know that. But if you do, don't take the early offer is what Spirit's saying. Sit on it. You're a little nervous for no reason. When I say no reason, I mean you're picking up on stuff that's distant, that's other people, and you keep putting on yourself. So you need to have that morning ritual. You separate your feelings from the world's. Because it's not what you think in that particular case. Not what you think. Thank you guys. All right, I'm gonna take a sip of water and see what else next. Kind of lonely up here tonight. Kind of lonely. Well, guys, we got so much going on at Sirius Joy, and for those of you who have ever taken time off, we'd love to have you back. We're about to change the service in a big way. We're about to make it into a new system that no one has ever seen before. People have often criticized me for doing too much. The truth is, I do too little for me is the problem. That's the problem. And so I end up acting out. But honestly, we have a phenomenal team, and we're all moving to the next level. It's so great to see people doing that. And at SiriusJoy.com, that's the personal sensing service, we will help you through the day. We'll help you through the day through text messages that go straight to your phone. And we'll help you just keep your chin up. And believe it or not, like the secret to success, in my opinion, if you're really in the dumps, is to keep your chin up. Keep your volume up. Now, our personal sensitive service is just $3.99 if it's the first time you are subscribing to us. And we're going to have a lot of new features coming, including the ability to see our shows early. I can't tell you all of it right now, but there'll be we're going to have a monthly webinar with just me. So a private meeting with me is part of it for a basic subscription tier. If you go to a different tier, you'll be involved in that. We have features coming back to self-study hall with thousands of topics really that we go over in astrology. But mostly what we are is a community app. We're a community that loves ourselves and loves each other. And doesn't mean we don't fight. Doesn't mean we don't have brother-sister stuff. But Sirius Joy is like home. It just feels like home. I've had Palladians tell me that. I've had aliens tell me that. I've had demons tell me that to hang out at my house. Sirius Joy is just home. And we think it's time to come home, especially when you start seeing stuff in the world go a little crazy. Come on home. Hang out with us. We're going to have party nights. We're going to be doing fun stuff. I can't wait. It's going to be very exciting. Don't miss it, y'all. Join right now. All right. So everything happens for a reason. Woohoo. Yeah, interesting. Well, there's some dark clouds coming our way. Do we have another reading? Is that going to happen? Oh, I'm sorry, Alma. We're here. Veronica, step 12, Libra Sun, step 19, Gemini Rising, and a step 16, Aries Moon. These teenagers. Veronica writes, I'm the only child of my parents who died in early age for me. Now I am going to have my first child, but I'm freaking out. Can you help me? Oh, well, first of all, your first child is someone you know, one of your besties. From what I'm getting in past lives, you did not have a lot of time to yourself. Like you're a 12-degree Libra, so you've been basically working to help other people, being there for other people. So enjoy some of this time alone is what Spirit's saying. You don't have it in heaven. But the first child is, if this is a biological first child, wow. If this is an adopted first child, still wow. But I can't tell you the growth that happens when you have a child. The personal inner growth is just remarkable. Because something's just happened, like biology turns on and you start, changing your body change. Even a man's body starts to change. My muscle, it was weird. I had muscle come back, like when I wasn't exercising. I swear it's just because the hormones of knowing there's a baby in the house or something. It was amazing. So, nothing to worry about with this child at all. I think what's happening is your inner child, who was abandoned years ago by you, is jealous that this new child's going to take up all the time. That's what I'm feeling. So I'm feeling your inner child is worried about the new kid coming home. So what you have to do is you have to draw some time and space alone with your inner child and time and space alone with your actual child. And I have a one for me, one for you method here at Sirius Joy. I always say to the mothers, every time there's one for them, there's one for you. One for them, one for you. One for them, one for you. You never give a bite without taking a bite. Okay? It doesn't have to literally be food, but at the end of the day, you should be consuming as much attention as they are. And be 1/3. If it's 2 kids, 1/3. If it's 4 kids, 1/3, 1/4. Yeah, with the Gemini rising, I don't think we have a chart, do we? But we can look here at this one. Just want to think about 16. See these 16s here? 16 Gemini rising and 16 Aries moon. Now, I don't think you are working with the 16s correctly because 16 and 19, because I don't feel like you have the proper boundaries to protect your one. For some reason, I'm feeling you're unguarded at the step inner child. And so part of the reason why you're probably afraid is because you are unguarded as an inner child. You were taken advantage of as an inner child in past lives. And there's a lot of memories you don't want to relive. And that's what happens when you have a child of the same gender. You watch that child grow up, and the whole time you watch the child, you're seeing yourself, you're seeing your parents, and you're seeing yourself. It's like you're seeing all sides of the coin. And I think there's just part of you doesn't want to open up that old thing. You just don't like it. You like to throw things away and just keep them there forever until they sell the dress drawers or whatever you stuffed it in. And so you should just go ahead and do that, I think, in this particular case. As far as worry about children, worry about anything, you've worried enough. It's kind of a bad habit you have. And what you really need to learn is that your heart has to stay open. Your heart has to stay loving. And in a way, you've got a few months. I don't know how long when this child is due, but you got a few months to really get good at nurturing yourself so that you at least have the time and expectation to nurture yourself. And you'll know right when the child is kind of, biting into that territory. The cool thing about children is they sleep a lot. And if you pay attention to them, let them have a little bit of their own schedule, they'll give you plenty of time for nap during the day too. I can't tell you how many times it was nap time for my son and nap time for daddy too. I'd be on the floor in the nursery, so I'd be woken up by my ex-wife. Now, here's the thing. When you're the only child of your parents and they die at an early age, that is called abandonment. And we only get abandoned if we've abandoned ourselves in prior lives. And so you abandoned yourself a long time ago in past lives. That's why you were born into a family that abandoned you. And that's why you are afraid of being abandoned now, although you're not really, because you're with yourself all the time. You're kind of proving you can handle it. That's what you're doing. But yeah, it's basically people will not be abandoned if they just love themselves. And a lot of people are out there, trying to make many people, social media, where they're just out there gobbling up likes and gobbling up follows. It doesn't feel good inside as it does when you say to yourself, I love me. Saying I love me and I appreciate me, that's the most powerful words you can do. And if you just say it for 6 months every day, I mean, seriously, just say it for 6 months every day and see what happens. You got to rebuild that childhood, right? Yeah. This child is going to help you, I'm being told, of course. I think this child will soothe you in areas that you didn't expect to be soothed, and vice versa. I can feel that strongly. Wish I had my climb up here to verify that, but it's cool. Are we good? You died early age for me? Yeah, okay. Sometimes did I forget something? All right, folks. Wow, what time is it? How are we doing? 50 minutes already? My God. Can't believe how fast things go. Cannot believe how fast things. I look at my little inside. We've been doing so much. My goodness. Kind of tired. You all are. I'll be off for the weekend. Thank God. I need a little rest and relaxation. But I will be teaching my class on Sunday, Mastering Self-Love, which is also going so well. Oh my gosh. It's so remarkable to see people just their eyes brighten up when they're just holy shift when they learn something about themselves. It's such a personal selfish joy I have to see that in people's eyes. But yes, give it a try. By the way, come on down to SiriusJoy.academy. Everyone, take a look at the coursework. We're going to be having new release dates for everything. And I am actually also happy to say, can we do this now for Step Astrology? That Step Astrology, the introduction to Step Astrology is going to be coming back. We're going to do another episode, another webisode of that, another season of it. And at the same time, I'm going to probably launch the part 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, it's our professional series. We have 2 series with Intro to Step Astrology. You have the personal and you have the professional. The personal is for just you, your kids, your family, your husband, or whatever, and just understanding that world and making it good. And the professional is for people who literally go out in the world and they are professionals of service and of light. And that this is a remarkable tool. We're so honored to have one of my favorite design maverick as our human design teacher here. And he's going to come out of the gate with some crazy stuff. I'm excited. It's going to be a great semester, but I should close my mouth and not say anything yet. It's not everything is dry in the ink. But if you missed Intro to Step Astrology last fall, you are lucky. It's being remastered, and we'll be bringing it out for you. You can do the whole class. And what we're doing in addition to that is we're doing a series, video-only series. So you'll be able to just buy the lectures. If you just want to sit there and watch the lectures like you're at some long convention, you can buy that for a lower price, not participate, still learn some of the magic of Step Astrology. Let me tell you, there's nothing on the planet like this. Nothing. And when you learn it, you know a person like their book. And by the way, their numbers are everywhere. Their phone number, their address to their house, the address, the number they get on their hotel room, all of it is all step astrology or step psychology at work, which is the premise of human life and all life in the universe. So good stuff. Come on down. Boy, it looks so nice just sitting there smiling over and over again. Woo-wee. In the water. All right. Well, we have, now here we go. Good job. All right. So anything else we have to do? Let's get my director seeing if we have to do anything. Looks like we're doing okay. All right. So what do I want to talk about here at the end of the close of the show? Spirit, what do you want them to know? What Spirit's saying to me actually was a surprise. Not really, but it is that, nutrition is incredibly important right now. They're saying that nutrition is incredibly important right now. Our bodies are out of whack. We have chemicals sprayed on us from airplanes. That's true. And we have chemicals in our food, and we have chemicals in our food. We have chemicals on our sheets. We have chemicals on our, on the clothing that we buy. We're just chem. Everything's chemical. And what Spirit's showing me is that a lot of this next period, just eating fruit, they're showing me blueberries, they're showing me fruits, like fruits and vegetables, like get yourself a good farmer's market contact and just go every week and buy just a whole truckload of stuff. Not that we're going to have a food shortage or anything like that, but it seems like we're going to have a nutrients shortage, is what I'm kind of getting a picture at, a nutrient storage. So people just malnutritioned, really. That's unacceptable at our generation, is it not? I saw a thing on Gen X today. It was very interesting. I'll have to see if we can play it back, but I'm the generation that's not getting is taking all the blame and getting none of the credit. But we worked hard, and we still work hard, the Gen Xers. But I think it's up to us to really, through our relationship diplomacy, tell our brothers and sisters, hey, you can get sick if you eat that stuff. I wouldn't say it in the grocery store, but I think that we all need to lead out loud now. I'm getting a strong cue, like horns blowing. It's time to lead out loud. Leading out loud means that you take the lead, you show, you demonstrate, and you talk about it along the way. And that's what we think needs to happen everywhere. Everywhere you are. Here in Palm Springs, it's been really interesting to see how things have changed in the vibe. Some people here joke that I did it. Saying no. I did have some, red M&M demands, in my my dressing room. But I've noticed I've noticed in 18 months, the difference of the vibe of the population here has changed. I'm wondering if the vibe of your population has changed. And we're talking about 2 changes in. Like we had a little bit, which obviously COVID was a big change. It was forced on us. Then we had to change because we were kind of traumatized by it. Then we got back on our feet. And what's really happening now is we're ready. We've learned all of our past sins. We've seen all the shadows. It's time to go ahead for what we come to do, the mission. And the mission is so simple, but so important. So I'm happy you're with us. I'm grateful you're with us. I'm grateful to be here, be alive on Sirius Joy Live. If you don't know, our schedule is this. We're on from Sunday until Thursday. So this is my Friday. It's Friday. I'm working all day, every day for like so many days. And still not get all the work done either, by the way. But every Sunday through Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we're just going to own this energy. This is our spot. We're going to bring on other people. We're going to just grow this part of the business. And we want to have conversations with you guys too, by the way. We want to have conversations with you. So don't forget, you can get, a question answered on this show. Yeah, just so me too. Also on LOL, Scott and I are going to give people the opportunity to yell at us. So you can spend $100, come on camera and yell at us, tell us how dumb we are. And we would love to hear from you. Come on camera. I'm wondering if anyone would be, smart enough to do that. But we're building this more interaction with our viewers. And the last thing I'll say, and I'll probably say farewell to that, is we're going to be asking you to come back down to the mothership. You'll see this a lot. The mothership is our home, SiriusJoy.com. We're developing a free space there, a free space to hang out. It's because we don't want our data being sniffed by Google anymore. We don't want, we really don't want to put all of our private property in the hands of these social media companies. And we just think everyone should migrate. Why are we all, dealing with these products and services that don't care about us, that spy on us, that cheat us? Why? We can just go and make our own. And it sounds crazy, but we can. The rest of the world will trade with us. Like a lot of people will. But so we're going to be talking about these changes. And one thing that's going to happen is if you watch Friday, Sirius Joy Live every day, there'll be a little Easter egg gift for you too when you go watch it at the site. All you have to do is register at Sirius Joy. You don't have to pay. In fact, if you want to register, you get in line right away. If you register for Sirius Joy, you'll be in all the emails. You'll be in all part of it. You don't have to buy anything or pay a subscription. You have a basic tier for free. Is when we do that stuff. But when we migrate, we're gonna have some extra gifts and things like that. And so might as well migrate, get ready right now. So you're on the email list and you're part of it. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. All right. Well, folks, I think that's a good way to wrap up. No need to push things when it's just filling dead air. Thank you for showing up. And I'm so grateful to be of service to this community. I'm looking forward to this next chapter because I'm finally no longer afraid of my shadow, this little groundhog here. And I'm looking forward to hanging out with people who aren't also. Have a fabulous weekend, guys. I'll see you on Sunday. Yeah, see you on Sunday for this and also Soul Horoscopes. Until then, I love you. Live, love, be.
My name's Christine, and I am a Step 27 Cancer. I participated in Sensei Christopher Witecki's Past Life and Karma program through Sirius Joy. I would definitely say it was both life-changing and healing.
I'm a Step 23 Leo, and this is my second time doing 40 Days of Past Lives and Karma. I will tell you right now, it's not for the faint of heart.
And it really had me looking at areas in my life that I hadn't even considered being part of the proof of my past life experiences.
So for the price of what 40 Days of Past Lives and Karma is, this is a great way to read yourself. And honestly, that's putting the power back in your hands.
I have been working with past lives and karma work for a long time, and his program surpassed any other things that I had been working with.
But if you are really curious about what you're doing in your past lives and you like astrology, this is definitely the class for you. Definitely. It is dense. It is intense. It is very, extremely educational.
I am so grateful to have had the opportunity to take it. I look forward to taking it again this year, and I will do it every year because it was that good.